How's it going, guys? I am Money here, and as you can tell, I'm currently on top of a tank. On top of a big old tank. I'll stand up for you guys. I'm on top of the world, people. Top of the fucking world. I'm at work, and I was trying to do this. It looks nice. It looks nice over there. I was trying to do this like so I could look at me, but like I couldn't get it. Like it was so shady. So we're gonna try this, and I'm not gonna redo it. And maybe this will work, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm not a camera person. You guys see this shrub? Don't mind that. It's work time rough, but at the same time, I'm supposed to be clean shaven, and I got permission to grow it out because I convinced my supervisor that I needed it because I had a hot date this weekend, but I got stood up. She stood me up, bruh. It is what it is. She didn't want to quit her job and come live with me and shit. Heartbreak Hotel. But I still got the beard. I got to grow it out for a week. I don't know what I'll do with it now. Probably just cut it off. Don't even need it anymore. Weighs me down. Anywho, I don't really have, this is so uncomfortable. I'm the most unflexible person in the world. I didn't really have a topic, but now I have a topic. And now that I'm actually wearing shades, it's actually a lot easier to do a vlog. Because now my eyes aren't like darting everywhere. But I still do have eyes. Anywho, also, I have a blue safety hat because the last person who came to I was in a lobby and this guy was like, I saw your stupid video, you and your stupid yellow hat. Bitch, it's a hard hat. It's not supposed to be fashionable. It's not made by Louis Vuitton. Anywho, what I want to talk to you guys about is work-related stuff. And it's going to be semi-serious. Sometimes I do have serious comms for you guys, or serious situations. And you guys tend to like those because you can give me your input, and there's a 100% chance I won't listen to you because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But you never know, man. You might have the answers. First thing I want to talk about, it is work related. It's pet peeves. I'm actually gonna look in the camera for this one because you guys need to see my reactions. Dumb questions. I, with a passion, hate dumb fucking questions. For example, I'm grabbing a wrench so I can loosen up a drum. I'm turning it, it won't come off. I go get a wrench because I'm thinking maybe this one will fit better. I'm turning it, it won't open. I go get a screwdriver to try to loosen it up so I can then untighten it. Then I go back to the original wrench I was using and see if I can get it again. After 5 minutes of me trying to undo this drum, this guy comes to me and says, won't come open? What the fuck you think, man? You think I'm over here just fucking around with a drum trying to get it open? That's one example. Two, I go for lunch. And the dude is like, where are you going? I'm going to Dairy Queen. He's like, what are you getting? I said, I'm getting a double cheeseburger. He says, cool. Are they good? What? Why would I eat it if it's bad? I don't understand. So then he's like, okay, I'll get a double cheeseburger. He's like, what else does they have? Bitch, I'm not the goddamn menu. How the fuck would I know that? Then he's like, okay, the burgers. Are they thick? It's a fast food burger, bro. Fucking burger's a burger. I put my shades on. My blood's boiling. But that is just some every day. I hate people. I hate people so fucking much. But anywho, what I want to talk to you guys about is my work situation. So like you guys will remember, if you're a wonderful subscriber and know every minute of my life, I made a video about getting a new job. This particular job. And I was pretty excited to be working here because my last job fucking sucked, and this is more aligned with clearly what I was in the military for and then what I was doing overseas. Granted, I'm entry level here and I was a supervisor over there, so we'll get there though. But here's the situation, and I talked to my dad, but my dad has a very weird way of giving me advice without giving me fucking advice. I don't know if you have a dad that does that, but it's fucking annoying. And I don't know. I can't even give you an example. It's almost along the lines of, go with your heart. Your heart will tell you what to do. The fuck? Next time my heart will tell me not to fucking ask you anything, because you're fucking useless. I love you, Dad. Sometimes I don't know about you, bro. So here's the situation, and I'm gonna give you the full info. So I like my job. I have only like 1 or 2 negatives with my job. The first thing is I have a really relaxed situation here. The work is kind of physical and kind of hard, but you know, I'm not that old, so I can still handle all that. The only issue that I have is that it's not even. So I'm on swing shift. I work the second shift, and the second shift does maybe 3 times more than day shift. And it's not because there's more work to be done on swing shift. It's that day shift's mentality is whatever they get done, they get done. If they don't get it done, we'll cover down, which we do. But it kind of gets old and it's repetitive. I've only been here, I think 11. Actually, it'll be 11 months in like 3 days. So I'm coming in on my annual, and already me being here 11 months, it's irritating. And everyone else, they've been here over 3 years. That's the least amount of time. Second to my tenure here is 3 years. So they've been dealing with it, you know, for 3 years. I can't foresee myself dealing with it for fucking 3 years. Next is pay. I do not make enough for what I do, and I guess I don't want to say it's being ungrateful, but I think it's more along the lines of me knowing my worth and what I could be making. Because if it was equal across the board, where I'll say like other companies were paying the same amount or around the same amount, then I'd be okay with that, because I would know that this field only pays, you know, X amount of dollars for an entry-level position, and that's fine. But there's other places with other companies that pay a little bit more to a lot more, and really the only difference is it's not 15 minutes from my house. And I'd be willing to drive, because if I was to get this other position, it's in another city. It's in Kent. I don't know how far that is. I think it's like 45, 40 minutes. It's before Seattle though, so I think it's a little closer, if not the same amount of distance. It's in the opposite direction. It would give me what? An $8 raise. This other job that my friend put me in for that I actually want, it's only a $2 raise, but the difference is there's a 50-cent raise every 6 months. Whereas here, I don't know what, I guess the company's really cheap. I was put in for a raise after 6 months. I got a 6-month review, and my manager put me in for a raise, but the company kicked it back saying I have to be here a year. And that's fine, I understand that. You don't know if the production or the productivity of that individual will drop after they get their raise. So it's good to always, you know, wait a year, so that's understandable. At least for the first year. After that, I think you should be able to get raises, you know, whenever your manager feels you deserve it, or you can discuss it with him and if you feel you deserve it. But I don't know how much my raise is going to be. Whereas before, with the old company, because they merged or whatever, they got bought out, they were saying 10%. 10% for me is not enough, honestly. It's a minimum of what I'll accept, I guess. What I want and what I feel I deserve is $2. And that'll actually put me at the entry-level position with this company that I applied for. But the thing is, with this new company, they're saying they're only paying 3%. And if I get a 3% raise, I'm going to quit. So, yeah. So what I'm anticipating, because the company, when they first merged, people, when they came up for the raises, they were getting a maximum of $2. And the way I justify it is, we get graded on, let's see, minimum, I think it's like minimum production, or does not meet expectations, which is neutral, and then exceeds expectations. For my review, I got put at meet expectations, but I should have, the manager explained it to where he wanted to put me at exceed expectations, but I'd only been there 6 months. So if I don't do anything drastically to fuck anything up, I will have exceeded my expectations for a year, considering it takes some people 2 to 3 years just to learn, you know, the basics of what I do, or what I've been doing 2 months after I got my 40-hour. That's not saying I'm better than anyone. I have better problem-solving skills than most, I believe, and I tend to learn faster, and I take my job really serious. So, in my mind, I've already justified a $2 raise. So, here's the situation. Would you rather be comfortable and enjoy coming to work on a daily basis and not make what you feel you deserve, or make much more than you feel you deserve and be miserable every fucking day? Because when I was overseas, I made clearly a lot of money, but I was always gone, and I had the same mentality to where you could take leave or go home on vacation every 4 months, but I always felt like I had to do more and sacrifice more, because at the time I was younger. I was like 25 to like 28, 29, and trying to attain a supervisor position or a foreman position over there, there's not that many, you know, 20-year-old anything and a leadership position. So I would go like 6-8 months without any vacation or anything, working 12-hour days, 7 days a week, you know, grinding, just so I could put myself in a position to where I could eventually get promoted. And all that happened, but at the same time, it was fucking miserable. I didn't like it. You know, sitting in the fucking desert for 8 months at a time, just so I could receive an opportunity, you know, fucking sucks. So that's kind of, I think I just spit on myself. Luckily they're coveralls. So that's kind of the issue. And I talked to my dad about it. And of course, this was his saying. I was like, hey, would you rather make decent money and be happy every day coming to work like it's not really work? Or make, you know, a great amount of money and, you know, fucking hate coming to work every day? He was like, I've never been in that situation. I was like, out of all the jobs you've had in the world, or on your time on this fucking earth, you've never had a job to where you either didn't make enough and felt you should have been compensated better, or you made too much and you just didn't like the job. He's like, no, I'll just quit. That's not advice. Like, everyone has been in a situation. I don't give a fuck if you're 19 or you're 55. Everyone's had a situation to where they feel, at a minimum, they want to improve something. It can be pay, it could be morale, it could be fucking your work hours. It's anything. But of course he was like, fix your heart, do what you feel is right. If I knew what the fuck was right, I wouldn't be asking you, Father. So I'm asking you guys now, my lovely subscribers. So what would you do? Because right now, like I said, the only negatives that I have is the fact that it's not equal in terms of the workload. Like, being an ex-supervisor and being in charge of people, I look at things a lot different. Where my manager, he's really cool, don't get me wrong. He's very happy-go-lucky. You know, everyone does their job. You're kind of accountable for your own stuff. But you can't always manage people in that sense, to where I may come to work and say, you know, I've done enough when I haven't really done shit. And there's other people that'll come to work and they'll be overachievers, assuming, you know, that's what is expected. That's the bare minimum. So it's not really fair to the guy who's busting his ass every day. And in this scenario, that's me. Because we have other guys that are really good workers too. And there's some on day shift. They're just not in operations like I am. Or they are, but they're in a separate area. Like, I work around these tanks and in the plants, and I do trucks and I do drums and all that shit. They do more of like processing. I don't do processing. I do this stuff. So it's a little more time consuming, and it takes not like one shift. So one shift will cover down, and then the other shift will cover down on whatever the fuck is going on, which is never, it's not 50-50. It's more like 20-80 all the time. And this week, the last 2 weeks have been really slow because we've addressed it, but that doesn't get rid of the personnel who are fucking up. And that's where one of my issues comes in. You can be a really good supervisor, be really, really nice, and you want everyone to be, you know, hunky-dory. But at the same time, you have to enforce, you know, your will upon some people. And that's not to say, like, you have to be a dick about it, but sometimes some people just need a little bit more of a kick in the ass than others, to where I can come to work and I can, you know, do my own thing. I don't like being bothered. I don't like being micromanaged. Give me my list of what needs to be done, and I'm good. And there's other people that are just like me, and they're here. But then there's other people, you give them a list, and they're like, I'll get to it in like 4 hours. Well, in 4 hours now, you can only get done like 1 or 2 things out of the 7 things you had to get done. And now you got to pass the other 5 things down to a shift that already has 7 things to do on top of your 5. And we get it done, and the issues kind of become that it's expected of us to get it done. Whereas if it was, you know, on the other foot, if we didn't get it done, it'd kind of be like, what the fuck were you guys doing for your 8 hours on shift? So that's my issue there. And then of course pay. And like I said, I won't get my review till next month, August. So it really depends on my review. And even at the same time, I can't get a raise for another year. And if it's only 3%, that's not much of an increase. Whereas with this other company, I start off with the $2 raise that I want, and then guaranteed every month I get a 50-cent raise on top of, I guess, at the end of the year, whatever raise they feel I deserve. And there's more, I would feel there's more opportunities there because it's a larger company. The company I'm referencing is Boeing. I don't know if they have Boeing where you guys are from, but they build airplanes. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. And the company I work for, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. They're just fucking cheap, I guess. They're more, they started off in the medical waste, and they kind of branch off, and they buy all these fucking companies that have to do with waste, or say they're paying a company for trucking to deliver their medical waste. They'll fuck around and buy the trucking company. That way, I guess it's cheaper. So whatever, I don't know. And that's kind of where we came into play. They bought us, we deal with waste, and we have our own trucking division. So it's a win-win for them. They get transport, and they get fucking people to dispose of the waste that, you know, they'd eventually end up paying other companies to dispose of. So I guess if all that money would trickle down, I think with this company, it's more of, you get a 401k, which is cool. I don't work for tomorrow. I work for today. I'm one of those kind of people to where they want us to buy stocks in the company. I don't want to make you richer. I don't want to profit off your fucking stocks. I want you to pay me money so I can buy the shit that I want to buy with it, not put it into a company so they can make profit and then me make some profit. And that's long term. I'm in for the short term. And I know it's a career job. You want a career job to where you're taken care of after retirement. But honestly, I don't plan on living that long. 45, I'm good, man. That's long enough. I'm old. I'm tired. But give me some feedback on what you guys would do. I think this vlog is actually really long. I don't know why my vlogs are always so long. I have a lot to talk about. I talk to myself all day, so it's good to talk to a camera. And then transfer that information to you guys. So that's all for me. I'll catch you guys next time. I am me0w.